Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news, all right. So let's dive into some seriously intriguing rumors that are swirling around the NFL right now, specifically about a potential blockbuster trade that could send Penei Sewell from the Detroit Lions to the New York Giants. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Trade rumors are a dime a dozen, right? But hear me out, because this one actually makes a lot of sense when you start breaking down the numbers, the team needs, and the bigger picture for the Giants moving forward. First, let's talk about Sewell himself. The guy is an absolute beast at offensive tackle. At just 25 years old, he's already established himself as one of the top young talents in the league. His 2025 season grades are nothing short of elite, PFF giving him a pass block grade of 92.5, allowing just 2 sacks all year, which is impressive for a player who's often tasked with shutting down some of the league's best pass rushers. His run blocking, almost as stellar with a score of 89.7. And if you look at his overall stats, Sewell has been a staple for the Lions' offensive line with over 500 snaps in his career, a 11% pressure rate allowed, and a ground EPA per run of plus 0.15. Plus, he's got a massive frame, 6'5", 335 pounds with a 40-yard dash in just over 5 seconds, and his arm length measures in the 95th percentile. This guy is built to be a franchise cornerstone on the line, and he's shown no signs of chronic injuries, with only a minor knee injury that caused him to miss a game in Week 14 of 2025. Now, let's consider the context. The Lions, sitting at 10-7 in 2025, are in a position where they're prioritizing their defense and cap space for the future. They've got a hefty $45 million cap hit in 2026, but they also carry a dead cap of around $11 million from Jared Goff. Their plan seems to involve trading away some assets to free up space, especially with an eye on bolstering their defense through draft picks and younger talent. The move to trade Sewell, who's a top-tier OT but also a player with a high cap hit, around $15 million in 2025, would help them focus on their rebuilding process. Detroit's management appears to be more focused on developing their defense and acquiring draft capital, especially with the team leaning towards a partial tank and asset accumulation. The Lions are known for being cautious about overinvesting on their offensive line, especially when trying to balance their roster's overall needs. But what about the Giants? Well, that's where it gets interesting. The Giants have been dealing with some offensive line instability, especially after injuries and some underperformance. Their rushing game has averaged just 3.9 yards per carry, and they've taken 50 sacks so far this season, which is a clear sign that they need to protect their quarterback better, whether it's Daniel Jones or whoever's under center. Adding Sewell to the mix would be a game changer. Imagine a guy like him protecting the blind side, his pass block grade of 88.0 up from 68.0 last year would give the Giants' offense a new level of stability. It's not just about protecting the quarterback, although that's a big part of it. It's about creating a foundation for a balanced offense that can keep defenses honest. And speaking of the offense, Sewell's presence would give Saquon Barkley more room to operate. His run blocking grade of 89.7 means he can open lanes consistently, boosting Barkley's rushing yards and overall efficiency. Picture the Giants boosting their rushing yards from around 950 to over 200 yards for Saquon next season, with an increase in yards per carry from 4.0 to about 4.5. That's a huge difference in keeping the chains moving and controlling the clock. Plus, Sewell's ability to open up passing lanes would help Daniel Jones or whoever is under center to throw with more confidence and less pressure. Now, it's also worth noting that this move would have a ripple effect across the roster. The Giants are already working to improve their overall team balance, especially on the defensive side, where injuries to players like Robinson and Flott have made things more complicated. Adding a player like Sewell not only shores up the offensive line, but also gives the team more cap flexibility, around $11.22 million, so they could add some depth on the edges or even consider extending younger players like Sterling Shepard or other promising talents. What's even more intriguing is how this move could impact the Giants' playoff chances. With SCHOEN anchoring the line, the offense would be more efficient, with an estimated plus 23% increase in expected points added per play, especially in the red zone. That's a big deal when you're trying to tighten the game against top teams. The Giants' defense, which has been a mixed bag this year, could benefit from the improved time of possession, reducing opponents' scoring opportunities by about 15%. It's a classic case of a team trying to build a sustainable winning formula, and SCHOEN could be the missing piece that pushes the Giants from a decent team to serious contenders. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture. The NFL playoff picture is already starting to shape up, and there's buzz about the Giants making a real push for the postseason. With a solid offensive line, the team's chances of winning close games improve dramatically. SCHOEN's estimated impact on sacks allowed, projected to go from 50 to around 35, would directly benefit Daniel Jones, giving him more time to make decisions and find open receivers. Protecting the quarterback better means fewer turnovers, more sustained drives, and ultimately a more potent offense. And then there's the Super Bowl picture. The latest betting odds show that if the Giants do make this move, their chances of winning Super Bowl LXI could see a significant boost, going from odds of plus 25-0 to around plus 9-0. That's a huge jump, especially considering the importance of protecting your quarterback and controlling the game on both sides of the ball. SCHOEN's ability to be a true X-factor in the playoffs, especially in high-pressure situations, could be the difference between a deep run and an early exit. But of course, this all hinges on the details of the trade. Detroit's focus on building through the draft and cap flexibility suggests they might be open to moving SCHOEN if the right offer comes along. The Lions are known for being strategic and patient, so acquiring future draft capital, like a third-round pick in 2026, could be all they need to start their rebuild on the offensive line or elsewhere. Meanwhile, the Giants, with their current cap flexibility and the need to rebuild their offensive line, could see this as a golden opportunity to add a franchise cornerstone. In the end, this potential trade isn't just about swapping players, it's about changing the trajectory of two teams. For the Giants, it's about solidifying their offensive line and setting a foundation for a potential Super Bowl run in the coming years. SCHOEN's youth, talent, and consistency make him an ideal fit for Joe Schoen's vision of building a team that can compete at the highest level. If this trade happens, it could be remembered as one of those pivotal moments that propelled the Giants back into championship contention, especially with a talented quarterback like Daniel Jones, a promising young defense, and now a rock-solid offensive line. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest New York Giants news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, the rumors keep swirling and fans on both sides are eager to see how this plays out. The Giants are definitely in a position to make bold moves if the right deal comes along, and acquiring SCHOEN could be that game changer. It's not just about patching up the offensive line for now. It's about establishing a long-term foundation, a core that can lead the team back to the promised land. With the NFC East becoming more competitive every year, the Giants need to be aggressive, and that's exactly what this kind of trade could represent. A statement that the Giants mean business, that they're not just trying to stay afloat but aiming for the top. And finally, for every Giants fan out there, this is the kind of news that fuels hope. It's about dreaming bigger, believing that next season could be different. With SCHOEN anchoring that offensive line, the entire offense would have a new level of confidence, and that confidence can translate into wins, playoff appearances, and maybe, just maybe, a shot at another Super Bowl ring in 2027. The road to the Lombardi Trophy isn't easy, but with the right moves and a little bit of luck, the Giants could be on the cusp of something special, something that fans will remember for generations. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the New York Giants. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest New York Giants news.